Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say all praise, glory, and highest honor to Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai Basham, Rachakdash, double honors to the elders and pastors of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect of Hebrew Israelites. This is Brother Arakian coming back with a lesson. Okay, so I'm not sure what the title is going to be, but something along the lines that Esau, Edom, they still have it. They is fading, but are still, for many cases, they are still in their kingdom. They have it easy, man. The scripture say they are not in trouble as other men. Let's also take that. Okay. But let me begin from verse 1. Psalm 73 and 1. Truly the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. And just that here in the fifth verse. But you see, this applying today to the Edomites, you can see that they have these nice houses, and they are they have these EVs, these electric vehicles. They're thinking about so-called about the future, want to be good for the environment, which of course change naturally. We love the elements, we love the earth, the plants, stuff like that, so we don't want to pollute it. But these motherfuckers thinking that their kingdom is going to continue forever. That's also another scripture. Okay? And luckily for us, the tables are going to be turned, but still for the moment, the Edomites, they still have that this world system is for them, and as long as it hasn't crumbled, you can see they are at ease. Okay, everything's just, you have some maybe headaches at work, but everything is very straightforward. You have this beautiful house, you just wake up, you may go to work, just taking it very easy. And it depends, some Edomites catching hell, not because now it's beginning, they're beginning to catch hell. But there are still many that are doing very, very well. They just come home, relax, maybe have some hobbies, and do not have the same pressure as the tribes have. Okay, in this world system of today. Okay. Verse 4, for there is no band in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Like in Babylon, they have these gated communities. You have these Edomite communities. Okay. Very low crime rate, if crime at all, and is pretty much segregated or separated. Okay. There's a Jake, even if you go there, you're being looked at, hey, what you doing here? Okay. There are these kind of communities even out here in Finland that if a Jake would move there, everybody would be like, the fuck? What you doing here? Let me get Lamentations, because this is the future. Okay, Lamentations 4 and 21, it says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The reason why it says for Edomites to rejoice and to be glad, because they since Renaissance, they have been on top. That's the little season. I should get that in Revelation chapter 20. They have the little season on top, which of course, when you're on top, you should rejoice. Okay. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it tells you of the different times: a time to weep, time to laugh, time to time of peace, time of war. These different times. So when you're on top, you're gonna be glad and rejoice. That's awaiting us. Okay. Let me real fast jump to 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Okay, so Esau was born first, and then Jacob. For Esau is the end of the world. Okay, so Esau has the rulership as of right now, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So as right now we are in the end times, this is still the time of Esau, Edom. Okay. So you see, they living in this comfortability, is very temporary. The fashion of this world passeth away. Okay. And it says Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we up next, as Jake says, we gone next. So Lamentations 4:21, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Now we have to break down the meaning of the cup, which is a metaphor for curses. Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 7. Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So that's what that cup is talking about. The curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28 from verse 15 until verse 68. That's coming to Esau, Edom. Okay, and the other nations as well. Verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Okay, so we understanding this, we measuring the times, as it says in 2nd Ezra chapter 9. Understand that even in these times you still have Esau, Edom rejoicing and being glad. You can just see that they not all of them, but some that have it easy. You can see that they just trusting in that unbelievable comfort zone. It's just super cozy, super comfy. Hey, you got another thing coming. Okay. This is why Jake in this time we gotta be prepared for Jacob's trouble. We have all these men, in this current world today, that are, they have different things, possessions and shit like that, but when it's time of Wild West, when it's time of Jacob's trouble, you can see many getting weak. Okay, that's because it's gonna be something like never before, as it says in Daniel chapter 12. But the elect of the Hebrew Israelites gonna thrive. Okay, going to blossom, going to be cherishing in those times, man. I want to use a word. Is in this scripture in 2nd Ezra. Yeah, we're gonna flourish. Yeah. 2nd Ezra 6:28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which has been sown without fruit shall be declared, beginning now. But we're going to flourish in the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay. So, like I said, let me go to Revelation chapter 24. Chapter 20 for the scripture of little season. Okay, Revelation 21. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Okay, which is when Esau wasn't doing shit, when there was, cavemen and cavewomen, and cast him into the bottomless pit, which represents Europe, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And they were fulfilled beginning from Renaissance. And after that he must be loosed a little season. So now we live in that little season, okay? Beginning from Renaissance, that Esau, Edom is in control. And like it says here, it's a little season. It's not gonna last forever. So many of Edomites are still in unbelievable comfort zone, but it's coming to an end. So go on.